And crafts with Sophie. Good afternoon, ladies. So today we're going to be making salt clay beads. So like I said, if you remember when we did the dream catcher, and I said that we would make maybe some little pendants, and we can make them out of salt clay. Nice, simple, easy. Should all have these ingredients at home because all we need is flour and salt and a bit of water. Okay ladies, so we've got our flour and our table salt. As you can see, that was 59p, and you can get the flour in the supermarket, super cheap, but I'm guessing most of you will have it in the house. Okay, so the ratio for the flour to salt is 1 part flour, half salt. Okay, I've got this here, which is actually a half cup measurer. However, if you don't have one of these at home, literally just use a glass or a cup and just measure it from that way. So I'm going to do, so half a cup of plain flour into the bowl. Okay, and then I want half the amount of salt. Okay. Okay, and so we've got half the amount of salt. Okay, that goes in there. And then we want roughly around the same amount of salt as water. So half the amount of flour. Okay, and in we go. So I'm going to use a fork to start mixing it up. Okay, and then get ready for the messy part. Okay, if it's still very crumbly, you add a bit more water. If, however, it's a little bit sticky, you want to add a bit more flour. Okay, yeah. So at the moment, because I added a bit too much water before, it's a little bit sticky. So I'm just going to literally pop my hand in, bit of flour, knead it again. Okay, and we have a good consistency. Okay, it's a bit like Play-Doh now. Okay, now the fun starts. So, if you're wanting to make some of the beads, so you're literally just pinching a little bit off, okay, rolling in your hand to make a ball, okay, and then if we get a cocktail stick and poke it right through the middle, and then you might have to kind of mould your bead back round it, give it a little twirl. Okay, so there is a nice authentic bead. Okay, so again, just get yourself a little bit, roll it in your hands. I would say with it being salty, it does dry your hands out, so make sure you've got a nice some sort of hand cream to put on afterwards. Okay, so you've got your cocktail stick, pop it through, give it a little swirl to make sure the hole's nice and big enough to get your thread through at the end. Okay, and then onto the greaseproof one. So we want to roll it like a sausage. Okay, and then get your cocktail stick, pop it all the way through the middle. Okay, give it a little. Okay, and there you've got your tubey one. And then, if you want to make, say for example, for the dream catcher that we made the other week, and you want a nice pendant, okay, so you literally roll it out like you would if you were making a cookie. about 1/4 of an inch thick. Okay, and get yourself a little, whatever shape cutter you want for your pendant. Okay. Okay. Do you want the heart to dangle straight down, or do you want it on an angle? So I think on this one I'm going to have it on an angle. I'm just going to put my little hole in there, like so. Carefully, as you would if you were making cookies. Okay, and then onto greaseproof paper. And I will see you in about 2.5 to 3 hours. Okay, so we've made our salt clay pendants and beads. They're all nice and dry, so I would recommend leaving them till the next day, ready to paint. So I've got some here that I made earlier. So as you can see, I've got some that are painted, and then we've got a couple here that need painting. So when it comes to decorating your beads or pendants, you've got a few different ways you can do this. So I've got some here, some watercolours that we can paint with, which I've done with some of these, as you can see. But then, if you don't have any paints and you don't have much money, use what's in the house. So here I've made some like a mustardy orangey paint, and I've used water, just a drop of water with a bit of turmeric. Okay, and it gives you this beautiful, see? Sort of mustard yellow, and it's all natural. You coming up, you'll be able to see all the different ingredients that you can use for all the other different colours to find around your house. Blueberries is a great one for doing like a purpley colour. Here, I've got one here that I used cocoa powder. It's another one that I made earlier, and I made this into a necklace. And I love this. Really pretty. Got a couple of hearts here in the Tomorrow's Women colours, so I'm going to make a little wall hanging for the Tomorrow's Women Centre, so you'll be able to see that when you come back in. Well ladies, I hope you've all enjoyed crafting with Sophie today, and I will see you again soon. Bye!